Hello guys, welcome back to another Wings Mobile Detailing podcast. My name is Andre and today I'm covering for all of you detailers out there, how are we able to provide the best type of service, maximize and offer, multiple types of service of detailing services and still use only the necessary products and equipments and polishing pads or whatever. So what we keep in our arsenal that we can provide all the services with top quality and still we don't need hundreds of different products. Stay with the intro and I'll continue.
Welcome to the Wings Mobile Detailing Business and Automotive Podcast, the only podcast that will guide you on how to start and grow six-figure companies. As our team expand from one business location to worldwide domination, you will get step-by-step insights from a millennial franchisor and franchise owner with your host, Andre Mezzalera.
I know a lot of detailers before which each one of you guys who are detailers out there have your own way of providing services to clients, and you really love your method, but you're looking to learning a little bit more or just get some new ideas. I'm also open to ideas, guys, whatever you guys think that is effective and still will minimize on the amount of products. I personally don't like to carry a bunch of stuff around. I like to carry the necessary stuff inside our detailing van or in the detailing shop. And when we're doing a job, we're not missing anything. We're not, shoot, I'm shampooing this floor right here and I don't have the brush. I don't like to run into that. But at the same time, I like to keep everything neatly organized and not being too minimalistic, but I guess that would be the word. I'm more minimalistic when it comes to the keeping detailing products, equipments, and whatnot is necessary to do the great quality detailing job. Definitely quality is always the priority, and we'll never jeopardize that. But there is ways, guys, and I'm going to start giving tips like a detailing brush. If you guys are shampooing the cars, and I specifically decided to not have a water extractor in our van because of the mess it created. Now, first, obviously, I had to switch that with another equipment, which we did. Now every time we shampoo, we use the steam cleaning. So we get a brush. That's what we have to shampoo the floors of a car. We have a brush, hard, not just soft, stiff brush. Those chemical guys brush that you can buy on Amazon. The shampoo on the bottle, microfiber rags that we have, separated by color, and the steamer. That's it. And the steamer, what we use is a bonnet to put on the triangle head. It's a bonnet that we can just, we don't have to get a towel, get elastic, and wrap around. I just bought a polishing bonnet from Amazon, and you can just put it, stick to the triangle head of the steamer. And guys, that's pretty much what I use to shampoo. You can get a great service, and I personally prefer steamer than water extraction because that way the car is not super soaking wet, because you have to put a lot of water to rinse if you're going to use a water extractor. And you're not going to leave any water behind because the steamer is just vapor, and the steamer is hot. So it's going to kill any bacteria and really deep clean the car. Some situations I like to keep a water extractor inside the shop. That's different. Sometimes I use it, yeah, but I like to mainly have the steamer with me with the main purpose to have less mess, because the water extractor, I have to dump the water off, have to clean that thing, I have to have some way to rinse in the car when I shampoo. So that thing for me was amazing for that part. Now, guys, if you're already using your water extractor, you're like, I don't want to continue listening because I like to use the water extraction. But I'm gonna talk about other things. So, an example for when I do the hard surfaces, we like to keep a wet and dry, a small bucket, a very small bucket with wet and dry brush. That's it. Those detailing chemical guys brush, like actual hard surfaces detailing brush, soft bristle. So I keep two, one wet, one dry, and the actual interior cleaning product, whatever you guys like to use. I'm just talking about simplicity here. And obviously, the color-coded towel for the interior, which we use black. But that's what I like to do. And using those things, I can do it all. And if the car is super dirty on the hard surfaces, I can go in the van and grab the steamer, because I already have the steamer there that I use for shampoo. So you see two things at once. If I had a water extractor instead of the steamer, then I wouldn't be able to do a very dirty hard surface. Obviously, it's not every time that it needs steaming, but then 2-in-1 minimalistic. I only get the bucket with the two brushes. That way I can do dust off, two towels, one is to dry and the other one's to wet as well with the interior cleaning. And that way I can just dust off and then go with a wet brush, meaning I just spray the actual interior cleaner in the wet brush, going between the vents, everywhere in the crevices of the car. And I can give a really perfect job like that and use the steamer in case I need to. It's very simple. As far as the shampoo for the leather seats, for example, at times I just get it, the soft bristle brush. I get another brush, so I don't have that many brushes. In total, I have the two interior cleaning brushes that's a need. I have the shampoo brush for the carpet, which is the chemical guys, a little bit hard bristles. And I have a soft bristle leather brush. I definitely don't use when I use the hard one. As far as other brushes I have is for the wheel brush, and another brush for doing paint correction, the paint correction pads, which the compound makes a lot of dust in there, the polish, and I'm gonna go cover over there. So those are the brushes I have. And for the leather, I simply use the degreaser product for the leather, a towel, and a soft brush. Spray degreaser, brush the leather off, cleans it really well, and go with a dry towel and get all the water off from the leather. Cleans out amazingly. And obviously we have leather conditioning, but bam, that's it. That's very simple. And same with the exterior. We have guys can say, we can use a 2-bucket method, a 3-bucket method, 10-bucket method, whatever. But for us, as long as we have the grit guard there, we know how important that grit guard is to leave inside the bucket, because it's going to trap already all the dirt from the wash mitt underneath the grit guard. And that itself, I don't deem it very necessary to use a 2-bucket method. And especially because the grit guard, it's made to get, and it's water type of wash. It's not like waterless wash. And so, I don't want to explain myself on the reason why I use 1-bucket method, but it works. It's safe. The wash mitt that we use is safe. And if we really do, we use great quality soap from Chemical Guys. They're very good. We dry it carefully, make sure the car is super clean before we dry, because then it can create scratches. Obviously, we take all the precautions. And to us, that's a great way to keep it minimal. Pressure washer, I like to use an electric pressure washer. Some people like the gas one. It's okay. If you use the gas one, you have to make sure you have gas can, which, you might have for the generator anyways. So it doesn't really matter, gas or electric. As far as, I'm talking in the sense of keeping it minimalistic. It really doesn't matter. Obviously, the gas one's going to be heavier, and the electric's going to be easier to move. And our electric pressure washer is the Ryobi one. It's a very tiny pressure washer, and they last if you don't leave water to freeze inside during the winter. And guys, still, it's super awesome to do detailing. You all know how satisfying it is. And it's not very satisfying if everything is just messy, or if you have more cleaning up to do. I'm saying like cleaning up your equipment, not the car. After you detail the car, if you have a lot of cleaning up to do, it's not as fun. Obviously, we're working. We're not looking to have fun, obviously. But when you have a more organized uniform equipment and everything neatly organized that doesn't create a lot of mess, your job comes out better. And because you're doing it better, you have everything more separated, more organized. Obviously you can be organized with a ton of materials, you just need a bigger car or a bigger shop and you have to know where everything is. But obviously, that's not the case. But to keep minimalistic, we even go further with this to when we go, like, say, to simple stuff like drying the car. We use the chamois style, very careful with it. Nothing scratches the car if you're careful. And we use the chamois. We don't keep a lot of drying towels. We pretty much just dry it with the chamois, and then we use the orange microfiber rag to apply even spray wax, or among other things. And as far as when we are actually applying the spray wax the wax or sealant, the paint protection side, we don't have a lot of applicator pads. I keep one applicator pad for our Colonite Carnauba wax. It's a round one, which the color is yellow. And then the other applicator pad, which the color is blue, they look the same, but just change color for the sealant, so that I'm not using, one applicator for both products. And that's it. Do I need 3 applicator pads for the wax? 3 for the sealant? No, I don't. If one start getting eaten up and bad, I just buy a new one. That's what I do, and I toss the other one out. That's what I learned. Another thing that I learned is toss everything out that you don't use. If it's gone, throw it away or keep it separate away from your stuff. If you use one type of window cleaner for example, just one type of window cleaner that you really like, just use that one. And if you run out, buy a new one, toss that old one out because it's gone. Don't just get hyped up with detailing because there are so many products and you're like, oh, let me try this. Unless you want to really try it, that's fine. No, again, this topic is about minimalism. Don't just start buying stuff, another glass cleaner, and then stacking up on your van or on your detailing shop. Because, guys, if you do that once and do it twice, it's going to continue going on, and at the end of the day, you're going to have 20 glass cleaners that you decided to try all of them out, and 20 interior cleaners, leather conditioning, and they pretty much do the same thing. And it's unnecessary. It's just going to create a mess, and then you have to clean it, and it's much nicer to keep everything more minimalistic. Now, if you're trying the products out, you have to get them to try it out. And same with polishing. We keep my favorite buffer in the van. And I personally like the Griot's Garage, and I've explained why I like that buffer over even the Rupes. I know the Rupes, it's just my personal preference. But they have 2 different types of Griot's Garage. You can pay a little bit extra to get with the long cord, electrical cord. It's a 25 feet cord, and the other one's 12. You pay a little bit extra, and you don't have to get an extension cord. I even went this far to pay more for the buffer so that I don't have to carry an extension cord around, an extra one. It's already there with the buffer, because the buffer is a big one. I keep one buffer, and for polishing, I keep one polishing pad. That's it, because the type of services that we offer, I don't need to have multitude of polishing pads, because I'm not gonna offer the client one type of polishing service, and then this other one that costs just a little bit more, and then this other one that costs a little bit more, and then I have to use different products. I'm very simple in the way that we provide services. We're franchising. We also have to keep it that way, but we can provide the same quality detailing uniformly no matter the type of vehicle. And guys, if any one of you are interested in franchising with us, give me a call. Call Wings Mobile Detailing, or go to Instagram, try to reach us somehow, and we'll get you going. But, with this is also very important to make sure that you have a uniform type of quality service that you provide. Simplicity and being minimalistic. As far as that, we use the orange pad. We have the one orange pad to polish, and bam, that's it. Obviously, we also do paint correction services, but that one is separated. It's not even on our detailing van. It's in the shop separated, because we're not going to do full paint correction services. I mean, 2-step or above. Actually, 3-step, 3-stage paint correction. We're not going to do in our mobile team, because we're not going to do it outdoors. We do it inside the garage. And if we do for a mobile team, we have to go somewhere to do the paint correction, we can, but we just take it with us, so it's not always in the van, because it's not going to be used every day or every week. So that's what we do, guys. For paint correction, we don't have a lot of pads. There are 3-stage paint correction of the service that we offer. It's from polish or paint correction, 2 options, and there's 3-stage paint correction. We keep 1 pad for the first stage, 2nd pad for the 2nd stage, and 3rd for the 3rd stage. The first pad is connected with the compound, the 2nd pad is connected with this other polish, and the 3rd pad is connected with the finishing polish. And then we go ahead and grab the xenon or wax, whatever we're going to apply afterwards, which already has its own pad. So you see, we don't have different pads, different products for that. That's how we keep minimalistic. We always get a great job. We have beautiful pictures on Instagram that you guys can see of black cars that we did paint correction on. I'm sure all of you guys can do it as well. You have your own method. It's minimalism. Bam. That's the name of this episode. And going back with the shampoo, for example, and you may ask me, what if the car is super bad and maybe it would work out much better if you have, for example, the tornadoer. The tornadoer is that little device that you use with compressed air, and you need a compressed air machine for that as well. Or what if you get a car that you're gonna do polishing and that particular pad really doesn't work as well as the other one would if you were to use this other pad? Obviously there's gonna be cases like this for sure. And if you have 30 pads, you might be still missing a pad that actually work even better than the one you already have. If you have the tornadoer but you're missing a steam cleaning, perhaps that car would need steam cleaning. Are you gonna have the tornadoer, compressed air, steamer, and water extractor in your van? I mean, feel free. You can have it, and it might help on the detailing, but it's not gonna make a huge difference. It really isn't. And if you're willing to pay that price to keep everything more organized, neatly, and know that your service quality is uniform, and you're not ever getting away from that, then I personally like you guys. And especially if you're growing a detailing company. Let's say you're growing the Wings franchise and you're expanding with employees. Wings franchise, you're not gonna grow a Wings franchise by outside of this. You're gonna have everything organized. You're not gonna have 30 pads inside a van, a lot of different glass cleaner type of products to try. That's not it's not a detailing store. It's a detailing van. That's what we use. Now, guys, this is way different than you having a detail garage where you were testing out a lot of products. I mean, that's the most fun thing when you have all products. And your job is to test them out and see what's the best. That's way different. I hope I made this clear already at this stage of the episode. I really hope so. But yeah, that's different. And because I've walked into detailing vans before. I actually seen detailing vans before, where the thing was like it seems like it was a store, like a tryout store with so many products, with so many compound polishers that even the person couldn't tell which one works best, because there was just so many that I didn't even forgot what they were testing, and it just became a mess. if you guys want to keep it minimalistic, follow this podcast. The pads that we use. Try to always keep, okay, what product works, what doesn't. This doesn't work, it's not in my detailing van. What do I use to shampoo a carpet? This brush works well. If it works well on one carpet, chances are it's going to work well on the other carpet. So keep that brush and be, that's how you don't get yourself such a mess. You are not gonna keep a lot of extension cords either. We have a bucket with a big extension cord that runs to the house and to the car that we're detailing, from the house to the car that we're detailing, and it has three-way that you can plug in, 3 power plugs, and bam, do you need 2 more extension cords? No, you don't. If you got that one, it's near the car you're working. Why else would you want to have a lot more extension cords? Get one big one, and one big one is gonna do the job well. You'll plug it in there. You already bought a buffer with a long cable. If you don't, you might have to just leave an extension cord connected to your buffer. Just leave it there connected. Try to attach somehow so that it's always there, so that you don't have extension cord messing around your van. And bam, you connect to the big extension cord. There's always the big one there. What else would you need? Vacuum cleaners. You probably don't need an extension cord for vacuum cleaners, or for steamer, or for pressure washer. And pressure washers, electric pressure washers, they already have the big cord. And we cut them, because when you buy electric pressure washer, you have like a 50 feet cord or 40 feet cord, electrical cord. You don't need it because you're already running an extension cord to the power plug to the car that you're working on, and you just plug the pressure washer there. You don't need to run 2 cords to the house's main plug. Just run one to the extension cord. So what we do, we cut off and we create a plug. Obviously we go to Home Depot. It's very simple to do, guys. If you have a set of pliers, screwdriver, you can create a plug, cut like 5 feet. Our pressure washer has like a cord in the side, like 5 feet long, 5 or 6 feet long. That's it, because it's gonna be near the extension cord, and we're good. And then when we put back in the van, we don't have another 25 feet cord hanging from the pressure washer. Steamer is all good. Vacuum is usually a good size cord already. Obviously, we leave the one in the buffer, and everything's just organized. The water hose as well. They are making some good, and that's what we use. We use those expendable water hose to connect to the house, and they're making some good expendable hoses now that they're lasting for a long time. Before, they used to be those crappy ones, but you can find good ones, expendable hose, on Amazon. You can buy a 50 feet one, and so it's very easy to put away. It's not messy. It's not thick, and they work out pretty well. When you connect to pressure, it just expands. If you want to get one big hose, that works. If you want to get 2 hoses, why would you get 2 if you can get one big one? Unless you have, connected to different ways to the van. Now, you can do ceramic coatings. Have a separate bag with all your ceramic coating stuff. You need brand new microfiber towels for ceramic coating services, because you want to, how it works. You want to have a separate bag because you might not use it every time. Just leave it wherever you can. Maybe not inside your van, inside the shop. Also, maybe you can have a separate bag for the actual paint correction stuff. Have a buffer there, have the compound, all the pads, because you're not going to use all those products, all those polishers, all the compound for regular polishing service. As well as another thing that I can think of is if you do chrome ring restoration, have a separate bag for that. You might spend a little bit more money for all these 2 or 3 bags. I'm talking about like a nice luggage, not just Walmart plastic bags. Have everything there neatly and nicely organized, and you're not gonna have to be carrying all of those pads from ceramic coating application with you all the time. The compound, you're not gonna be carrying that with you all the time. Or the compounds, the pads, and as well as everything, the equipment that you have to restore chrome rims. Guys, that's I hope it was a long podcast. Thank you so much for listening with me here. I hope it was not too much and tiring to listen to. Should have said this at the beginning, but play it with a quicker pace if it's too tiring for the next ones, because I'm gonna cover business on the other ones. Thank you so much for listening. And with a franchising opportunity, hit us up on Wings Mobile Detailing. You find a number on Google, and look forward to hearing back from you guys. And even the feedback, guys. Call me with any feedback that you have about the podcast.